Hello guys, and welcome to another video. As the title suggests, I'm going to be recording my games for the Open 13 Top 16. This is the bracket right now. You have Corn Guy, who I believe went 7-0 or 6-0 in the first qualifier, versus Dion, Bodo versus Chanceway, or something, and Yet It Moves versus this player I do not recognize. Um, Vinny versus Chisty, although Chisty did not submit decks, so Vinny gets a bye to the quarterfinal. TB versus Probe, Kolbasnik versus Kokachino. Kokachino got banned, so Kolbasnik gets a bye to the quarterfinal. Thanatron versus General Ganja, and of course, myself versus Killswitch. Um, this is going to be fun. And you might not recognize some of the names here. You might be wondering why Tang Tang, who won qualifier B, is not in the top 16. Both Tang Tang and Princess, who qualified in week 1, were both banned. And as a result, Dion and Probe were invited to take their spots. So that is the bracket. Here is the decks. Here is Killswitch's deck. I'll show this in cards instead of Chrome. It'll be easier for you to see. So, well, I'll go over my decks first. So my decks are very similar to OCC. 3 of them are exactly the same. Jagro only changes my Golden Signal. This deck is just a very solid tournament deck. I'm again running the AA gun instead of Enigma because of aggro meta. I'm expecting a lot of aggro metas and I'm banning Brits every time, so Enigma's not great. Self-damage again, no changes to this either. I mean, I feel like I went 3-1 with this deck. This was the only deck I lost with, and I had some pretty tight games. But I also feel like I just got really bad hands in all, well, ranging from mediocre to bad hands throughout the entire OCC. I didn't feel like I got a good hand. Like I think I played counter offensive once. Uh, I never had a 34th guards in my opening hand, I believe. So I'm hoping to do better with that. Of course, Britain Japan credit denial. Um, I expect this deck to get banned in round 1. It's just insane. 86% win rate with it on ladder. And coming in for deck 4, I had to pick between US and Germany. I considered my unitless US deck. I considered US midrange. I considered Heinz. I considered combined arms. But I settled on this German-Italy very anti-aggro build. A couple of spicy things about this list is Gathering Storm. Instead of putting wolf packs, I decided I want to be slightly more proactive. I want to draw my cards rather than run cards to discard my opponent's cards. Of course, the autocannon is thrown in there for the second artillery. I took out one Sky Barons, or I took out one Line for a Day for a Sky Barons, just because I found Line for a Day wasn't that great. Most decks just didn't play units that had 4 or more attack, or if they did, it was at the point where you could just play Decima or Annihilation on them. And Sky Barons is just really good because every deck is going to run a plane. And then 2 Careless Talks, Lurking Danger, 2 Decisive Defenses. This deck is built to beat aggro. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We'll see how it goes compared to my 3 OCC lists. And then my first round opponent, Killswitch. He brought basically exactly what I expected him to bring. His first deck is Brit Air. This is my list. You can see the 1 Mare Nostrum, the Royal Research 3 Convoy. This is my flair. I swear I'm the only person who runs Research in Air, and I have no idea why. I eventually convinced Killswitch of it by beating him using Research several times. So I'm glad someone else is bringing Research in Air. We'll see how this goes. Air is one of the strongest decks. However, Killswitch has said himself that he doesn't feel the strongest on Air. And I feel like his track record shows that Air is not his best deck, even though it might be, on paper, the best of his decks. It's not going to be the deck he plays the best. Oh, there he's online right now. His second deck is German-US Heinz. Now, this is a very scary deck. This deck can pull wins out of nowhere. It runs 3 Blitzkriegs, and suddenly you just get a, like, Panzer F gives two beefs blitz in the front line, and then you hit your opponent for like 16 with 3 cards. Um, I mean, and this deck has sort of fixed what Heinz struggled with in the past, which was card draw. The two we can do it's 1 Enigma, 2 Martyrs, and 3 38Ts plus rally draws, Heinkel draws. He does not run the Panzer H, which is good, but this deck has a ton of draw, 20 seconds draw. His version only runs 1 dive bombing, 1 pursuit, so it's going to be slightly lower on removal, slightly higher on draw. And this is probably the deck I'm worried the most from him, other than the one I'm banning. Of course, he just has the Japan, German Feigned Retreat deck. He's running the AA Gun, no Enigma as well. That's the same as pretty much the one everyone's bringing. And then last but not least, he has self-damage. And his self-damage is actually somewhat different. He runs the Parade, which is really good if you parade into like 34th guards. And other than that, it's actually moved his deck list much closer towards everyone else. He used to run a couple other tech cards in here as well. And this is actually going to be the deck that I ban, because I expect him to ban my Credit Denial. I think my Credit Denial is just the best, which means I will be left with Jagro, German, Italy, Control, and my own self-damage. And self-damage into Jagro is in favor of self-damage. Self-damage into self-damage. My deck has the counter-offensives to create larger units. He has the 1 Sendai, which can be slightly scary. I think it's about equal. Maybe slight edge towards me because of the counter-offensives. And then self-damage into Germany, Italy is just going to be a brutal, brutal game for Germany, Italy. I'm running 1 Lion for a day, and that's pretty much the only card in my deck that can deal with the 34th guards before Dechima. So that's why I'm going to be banning Soviet deck. I think it's favored or a mirror. It has 2 favored matchups and a mirror, whereas his Jagro deck has 2 disfavored matchups and a mirror. The Heinz deck, I think it's like around 50-50 into everything. And the air, on paper, I think it's favored into 2 of my decks, not the German deck. I think my German deck's quite good into air. However, I don't think Killswitch is going to play that, whereas I know he has a lot of experience on self-damage and Heinz. So that's why I'm going to be banning the Soviet deck. Hopefully it works out. You can probably tell by the timestamps and video length if I get like 3 out in the first round. And if I make top 4, you'll probably see the announcement. And with that, just going to tell Mark Theus my ban. Should be starting any minute now. Now, what deck do I bring first? Assuming he bans my Credit Denial, I think I will start with my German Control deck. Just get a feel. I feel like my German Control deck's probably the deck that's most likely to win in the first game, and getting momentum is really important. Well, it might be a bit of a delay, so I'll pause the video, and we will be back with the game. Alright, we are back with the bans, and just as I expected, Killswitch banned my Britain. Actually pretty funny. Of the 10 bans, Britain was banned 8 times. Well, of the 10 bans currently in, there should be another 2 coming. Well, friends list won't open. Here we go. Hit him with the good luck, have fun, and then hit him with the 3-1. Calling it now, 3-1. Gonna lose 0-3 just because I said that, but Hopefully, some good games. Hopefully, we both play well. Nobody wants to embarrass themselves. Nobody wants to get a free win. Also, hopefully, I don't desync, because I have been having many an issue with desyncing. Alright, get the notepad open. I'm ready to take notes based on what he plays. Should probably open the correct deck list. Okay, here we go. Game 1. He brings Britain. So air versus my German Italy. Hopefully, if I'm going first, I have careless. If I'm not going first, that's perfectly fine. Keeping research, obviously sending back the 10, 8, and 7 cost cards. I don't think Heinkel's going to be great because it's just going to get farmed by Fiats. And I want to get my sudden strikes, I want to get my root outs, I want to get my careless talks. So let's see what he mulligans. This hand is not great. I can kill something on turn 3. He kept 1 and 2, 1 and 3 Fiat. Makes sense. So he kept Fiat and one other card. Is he going to pass because of fear of careless? No. Albacore. Schwalbe. Well, if I can live to turn 9, um, hopefully he does not have close air support. The fact that he played Albacore there means he probably has close air support. Okay. Research. It's very odd. Um, I'm very tempted to just play the autocannon. Like, because he has to kill it. And if you pair a Seize into it, it's actually really good because of readout. If he does Finest Hour, that's fine. I'll just sudden strike it. Um, close air support means he has to trade the Fiat, just double trade. It's fine. Of course, like, had I just done Flying Bomb on the Fiat, I doesn't curve out great into anything. If he has the Paracy plus close air support, that would be like really bad. If he has Paracy, no close air support, that's fine. If he wants to throw a Finest Hour onto that, I feel like that's actually really good. Because the main way Gret Air beats Germany, Italy is with like blitzing out things. Um, I'm like kind of tempted to just root out. He has one 3-drop in his deck, so Reich Research is probably just better. Yeah, I mean, I don't. My hand is such high value, like, I'm not. Oh, apologies, that was incredibly loud. I'm not gonna, like, research to 9. I highly doubt it. I might just hip her. Hmm. Okay, so I hip her this. He probably replays it, hits face with Fiat. I sudden Fiat and move up a 989. Does not have enough credits to do synthetic and attack. One RAF, one finest down means guards are much safer. I'm getting closer to that turn 9. Even if he pins this, I can just like Annihilation next turn. I mean, this would be like a subpar shelling turn. Monty doesn't draw. He's played one Albacore. Sexton just gets annihilated. Convoy. Probably just hit face. Maybe play a 1-drop if he finds one. Like a Fiat. Which means this is going to be healing for 6. Probably holding decisive. Um, hmm. I mean, I think that's just too good to pass up. I'm worried that he's just going to have like a mosquito. But I mean, holding up decisive should keep me alive into Schwalbe. Hopefully he isn't just like going to set up a 2-turn lethal with rubber. Swordfish second finest hour? Or is this double Swordfish Empire Strikes? Oh yeah, the mosquito. It's a pretty good draw. Uh, Honestly, killing the Swordfish might be better. Um, okay. Things are fine for now. Hopefully he like... Okay, I don't think he's just gonna flood the board with planes. That would be too stupid. Um, Honestly, it's possible he just like sets up a synthetic. Like just plays synthetic here. Um, I could do root out, move up, 9, 8, 9. Um, what would I die to? Wrath, Finest. It's 11. I mean, I don't want to go to 2 health with no Mary in hand. Um, I think I have to hold up decisive. Like, he's probably just going to trigger it with, like, a HMS or something. He only has 2 ways of blitzing planes left in his deck, and it's HMS or a second finest hour. Fiat. Lend-Lease. Okay. Um, could just like slam the Leo. I guess I die to second finest. This is a really tempting Leo slam. Other option would be hold up decisive, move up 989 and kill the swordfish. Seems okay. My worry is that it lets him proc the decisive, then he just does like HMS Empire Strikes and sets up lethal anyways. At least the Leopold forces him to deal. This game's not going great. He's running low on bombers though. He runs 7 in the deck, 3 have died. It's less than halfway through his deck. Maybe playing Sudden Strike was better than holding up decisive there. Makes him think that I have Finest Hour, so he still can't just like slam Spitfire. Third Swordfish. Pass. Well, that sucks because that means it's an Ultra. Which means if I play Yegged, he could have HMS Empire Strikes. Could just do. If I slam Schwalb here, it's not the greatest Schwalb ever. However, it does stop Spitfire being lethal. It's lethal if he has Spitfire, it's a 6/6, turns it into a 10/10 finest hour close air support. But hopefully this way, just the fear of Mare Nostrum on the Schwalbe forces him to commit resources. Am I seriously dead to Spitfire plus air support finest hour synthetic rubber? Like, I know one of the cards in his hand is Ultra. So, like, the odds that he has is 1 of Spitfire, his second finest hour. The odds he has close air support in hand is, like, very, very high. But okay, he's running out of time to play all of this. Pass. I can Sky Barons my own Schwalb. Okay. Well, just gonna pass, I guess. Like, drop him to 8. Um, Monty. Expected. So he's out of his pins now, which means he has to do something. Fiat 3. Can proc Ultra with Sudden Sky Baron's Decisive again. It's probably what's going to happen. Second finest. Mare. Synthetic. Oh, he's going for it. He is going for it. Interesting. Well, he now his synthetic's gone, and what if I just like slam Leopold? Like I don't need to proc his Ultra. That gets punished if he has HMS double Empire strikes, or actually I guess he doesn't need double. He just needs HMS and Empire strikes, and then the bombers can do the rest. I just really don't want to give him a Ultra draw for no reason. Maybe it's better to keep. No. Okay. Here's what we do. Oh, no Ultra. Okay. Um, take the. Ooh. He's out of pins, so I'm gonna take this. The only thing that gets punished by is HMS Double Empire or HMS Second Albacore Empire. Like he has 3 bombers left in his deck and both Empire strikes. I wonder if he doesn't have Ultra or if he was just didn't hold it up because he ran out of time. Kitty Hawk. Can't give that Blitz. Okay. That's fine. I'll probably test for Ultra with Mare. Feel like he let this game get away from him. He had Finest and Synthetic in hand. Um, I could just like sack the Panzer Age. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Mare Nostrum on this. Nothing. Um, Annihilate. That's pretty good. So now, even if he has all 3 bombers, second Empire strikes as his hand, he would still need to hit a bomber into this. And he does not have that. Game 1. Very close. But up 1-0. Let's input that. Okay, Jagro or self-damage. Jagro or self-damage. I think I'm gonna try self-damage. Because I feel like self-damage should be good into his 3 remaining decks, or at least decent. I haven't played a ton of Heinz, and I haven't played a ton of self-damage into Heinz, but I've been told that it's in favor of self-damage. I think self-damage into air is like 50-50, give or take. He brings air again. I mean, Jagro into air is just a complete crapshoot that's decided by like turn 3 most of the time. Um, Great Patriotic War and 5-Year Plan are both one-ofs and both very powerful cards. However, I'm definitely not going to keep them going first. Oh, this is a very good hand. Okay, what does he mulligan? Mulligan's 1 card. It's going to be an interesting game. Gladiator. Could just do rifles. It's a bit slow. However, if he does Finest Hour, he can't kill anything. Like he can't attack. If he does Para C, he can't attack. If he does like close air support on just this, hit the Fiat or hit the Recon, sorry. Uh, don't think I care. The other option is to just like Red Dawn it, move up. I think this is better because my hand, I can't get this out super fast. I guess if I did Red Dawn move up next turn, I could do like Sickle my own guy 34th if he passes. Oh, that is good. Okay, kill this and double move up. What else does he have? Hopefully I draw self damage. I guess I have 2 draws for it. 3 if I ping my own Recon. This also wouldn't be a terrible board for a counteroffensive. Depends what he does. Marry. Hit. Okay, so that's getting pinged. Oh, that is nuts. Okay. I guess I should have pinged this guy first because it draws 2. Um, okay, well, this is the nuts kind of hand that I was talking about that I never got in OCC. I'm glad I'm getting it here. And I have like the double Red Dawn in hand, so we can't even do like Monty Swordfish to set up like a Piracy to start farming these guys. You also can't do like Monty double Swordfish to set up like a big Empire Strikes or something. Just gonna Albacore the 4/5/6. Like the number of cards he needs to get back into this game are few. Well, the number of cards he could have to get back into this game are few, I should say. Um, However, it's certainly far from a gone win, or like a foregone conclusion. Um, yeah, I think that's just like double bomb, move up. It's lethal next turn. Not going to leave any Parasite targets. Protect the big guys. Unless he does like Monty Spitfire, I think we're good. Even if he does Monty Spitfire, I could just play this, which will stop one of the attacks. He needs like Monty HMS with like Empire Strike in hand. Basically, I don't think there's a way he can win without Monty. Unless he does like shelling into Monty next turn. Sexton stays alive. Um, hmm. So I really want to get the Sunrise division down. Um, I'm thinking of just like keeping the sickle, hitting here, here. He drops to 9. Guess he needs like, again, beyond Monty and Shelling, he would need Albacore Empire Strikes, and then he's still dead to counteroffensive. Research. Monty is only out now. Research into Monty. Let's go. And he needs bombers with Empire Strikes. Oh, please stop. No, 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 no. This is not allowed. Um. So this is coming out. I think pinging this is better because the only thing I could draw to kill that would be Red Dawn. Um, could do like a Wrath, the 6/6, kill the 7/2 sort of play, which gets punished harder if I play the Recon. But I think it is more likely he's going to go for an Empire Strikes. There is worlds where he can kill me by just like Blitz Bomber and a whole bunch of buffs. And if he turns this game around, I'm going to be so mad about that research into Monty. Wrath. So he's going to kill the 7/2. Here I'm just going to kill the bomber. Like, I mean, um, yeah. Like sex or shelling is the only thing that keeps him alive. Straight up. Convoy. Convoy into the shelling to stay alive another turn. This was an pretty insane hand by me. And it is a pretty insane hand by him. But it just sort of goes to show that, like, the air versus self damage relies significantly more on self damage getting like a mediocre or bad hand than air getting a mediocre or bad hand. He surrenders. With that, we're up 2-0, and I have 3 attempts to win with Jagro. Now is a time for a pretty funny story. Last Open, I played against Killswitch in the first round. Actually, that's not true. Last Open, I played against Kolbasnik in the first round. Lost in game 5, but that was pretty normal. The Open before that, Open 11, I played against Killswitch in the first round of the top 16. I went up 2-0 and just needed to. I had 3 attempts to win with the combined arms deck, and I lost combined arms 3 times in a row to Killswitch. So anything is possible. This hand is pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie. Um, see. I'm gonna have to take another look at his German deck. Um, is there any situation in which playing the cavalry is better? I don't think so. Reason I'm doing bike is like if he plays a 1-3, I can do bike phase trade. Um, or like if he plays a blitz tank and hits bike, it's gonna be a 1-2 blitz tank, then I can finish it off. Ooh. Okay, so develop the unit for sure, hit face for sure. I think I'm gonna go for damage efficiency. He does not run Flam Panzer, so it's possible I just burn him out. Heinz is often a very slow deck at the beginning, unless they have the Naksham. Please don't have your one dive bombing. Thank you. Ooh, that is also very good. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for this before. Because he basically has Heinkel and dive bombing is the only way to kill this without some crazy like Greif shoot Nakshub situation. Triple? Okay. Um, Mito to the front line seems fine. So he has Panzer A times 3. I've played Bike, Cav, Beef, 22nd. If he has like a Pursuit plus Beefs, that could be annoying. Massive buff. Okay. So if I go face 9, 8, 7, some interesting things I can do there. Just going for the trade is probably better. So here's what I need to do. For sure. Um, 3, 5, then like... I am very tempted to just go face and pin this. Like, Pursuit is the only way to get credit reduction, unless he trades one of the 2/2s to play Greif, which I can live with. I think worst case scenario is like 1, 2, 3, 4 Beef gets Blitz. But he's already on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. He needs to kill me very soon. Which, I mean, 4 tanks and Blitzkriegs will kill me. Like, if these 4 units were in the front line, a Blitzkrieg would be lethal. So, this game is far from over. I don't think there's a way in his entire deck for him to kill the signal. He also has We Can Do It, so it's not like... So that's interesting. He heals 3, but now he guarantees I get an extra 5. Um, so I hit face 10, 8. Right, so if I just do Warble, he drops to 8. And if he clears the front line, he drops to 1. Which means, yeah, he just dies. He doesn't have enough healing left in the deck. He has no way of removing Signal. He has no way of killing me. Which means, unless he, like, doesn't take the front line and then sets up... no, because I can get 2 units to the front line. Yeah, he's just dead. Hit face. Put a second Mito to the front line. That is GG. Even if he can pursue one of them, he can't do pursuit into... Like, I think he was trying to set up a pursuit, moves 3 units to the front line, pulls any beefs, blitzkrieg, pursuit top deck, but it's not enough. I mean, he played to his outs. I just had really good hand. I mean, really, I had pretty good hands in all 3 games. 3-0, overkill switch, GG's. I mean, I think that Britain game, it's hard to say without seeing his hand if he made a mistake. It felt like if I were in that situation, I think I would have held on longer, looked for a HMS to proc the guard, maybe like HMS Empire Strikes to clear, and then do the Fiat. But with that, we are into the top 8, and I will be playing against the winner of General Ganja versus Thanatron. I have not taken a look at their decks yet. Maybe we can do that together once we figure out who wins. They are currently tied 1-1. Over here, TB 3-0 Probe. Unsurprising if you saw Probe's deck lists. I think he has a very, very small collection. So it's going to be TB versus Quilbasnik. And yet it moves. Wow, these guys had 5 games. Super fast. And yet it moves beats this Chinese player I'm unfamiliar with. So it's on yet it moves versus Vinny. Birdo versus Chance. We have not reported any games. Corn Guy versus Dion is 1-1. So I will pause the video and be back with you guys once I find out who my next opponent is. Alright, well, we are back, and we are going to be playing Thanatron, who went 3-1 against General Ganja, which means it is time to look at Thanatron's decks. I went to get a drink. I did not expect them to finish so quickly. So, let's bring up cards, delete Kill Switch's decks, and copy over. He has, unsurprisingly, Feigned Retreat Jaguar. Looks kind of weird. He has Warble Wind, 22nd. He has Shinhodo, 3 Mitos, and a Taipei. What did he cut? So German card he cut. I am like suddenly blanking beefs. He doesn't run beefs. Okay, so he cut beefs for a Mito, a Shinhodo, and then cut Enigma for a Taipei. So a weird Jaguar deck. Britain, France Resistance. It's probably gonna get banned. Looks decidedly unfun to play against. Wait, actually, does he not run? He runs 0 Call to the Colonies. His only healing is 3 Honeys, Research, and 2 Liberations. This is workable if he has another very good deck. He has Heinz, by the look of it. What is very different about his version of Heinz? 2 rallies. 1 Martyr, 2 38Ts. But he also has Comet, and Autocannon might be the other difference. He is running beefs in this deck, so it's not anti-beef. This is interesting. I think this version of the deck is probably slightly better against mine. And last but not least, he has self-damage. 3 red dons. That just seems bad. Triple counter-offensive. Double Shinhodo, double Lesser. 5-year plan, 1 Ura. So he cut the, that's very interesting. He cut the 2/2s, or the 3/3/9/9 Sunrise divisions altogether. He does run more cycle, so you can get to these counter offensives much faster. but he has less power in the late game, and he has less power against aggro. Interesting. No Sendais, which is good. And the Blitz, Urad does not work on the Shinhodo, so he can't. Like, Zukov would be the only thing that would let him blitz out a Soviet unit with Winter Warfare counter-offensive Ura for, like, some massive wombo combo. The question is, do I ban that or do I ban his Brit deck? Because if he bans my Brit deck, I probably am fine banning his Soviet deck and playing against his Brit deck. I think. However, if he bans my brute, like, I don't know what he would ban, but he might, like, Britain France is intended to beat Britain Japan. Like, that is the point of this deck. I don't actually think it does an amazing job at it because he's only running the he's not running calls the colony. However, the point of this deck is to beat Britain Japan, which means he might not ban Britain Japan. And if he doesn't ban Britain Japan, then I'm just gonna and I ban his Britain deck, then whatever. I guess I can look at what he banned in the last round. He banned oh, of course, he's the one person that didn't say what the ban was. Oh, they both banned Germany. That's interesting. Well, I'll quickly check what his opponent's Germany deck was. His opponent had feigned Germany, Italy, Britain, France, and Soviet France. He banned Germany, Italy. I mean, this guy was running like a discard package, double line for a day. I mean, if he bans my Germany and I ban his Britain, I can live with that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna ban Britain. I think it's the safest option. Um, okay, let's find out what he bans, and in the meantime, I'm going to crack open this Fanta. Hopefully volume levels are fine. Um, they should be fine. Double Brit ban from Vinny versus any unit moves. So if I'm banning, I ban Brit. He has his weird Jagro deck, his German deck, and his Soviet deck. All three of these decks are able to pull wins out of nowhere, and all three of these decks are capable of just like ungodly high rolls. So we are putting some faith in RNG. Like I think on paper this is the correct situation. His Britain France deck does require a lot more like correct play over a long period of time, which should give me better chances. But I think on paper it's just too strong. And if he bans German Italy again, like I'm assuming the Britain France is to target um, Britain Japan, and his first round opponent didn't have Britain Japan, so he banned Germany Italy. I'm a little worried that he just brought Britain France because he likes Britain France, and his plan was to ban Britain Japan anytime he sees it. Because if we both ban our Britain decks, I think I'm in a slightly unfavored position. If we both ban Britain, I think I start with self-damage. If he bans my German deck, I think I start with probably self-damage. I think I'm starting with self-damage either way. he bans my Germany. So that is good. I've got my Britain-Japan deck through. He banned my deck, which is worst against Soviets, and not my deck, which is best against Soviets, which means not banning Soviets. Worked out really well. I mean, honestly, maybe I should start with Britain, just in case he starts with self-damage. Although I feel like I'm slightly favored in the mirror. Alright, we can start. Good luck, have fun. Think think this, like, on paper it's about the same as last set. It's not as clear what to bring each round as the last time. Because last time it was just like bring the best deck, then bring the second best deck, then bring the third best deck. This time I have things which are good and bad into different things. Well, Thanatron does not appear to be here at the moment. Just gonna check he didn't say like he's using the bathroom or something. Well, I'll just pause the recording until he shows up. Alright, we should, yep, challenge is accepted. And I get long and hard to think about which of these decks I want to bring. I'm still leaning towards the self-damage. I feel like there's a good chance he starts with Heinz. Because he's expected me to start with Britain. And you never bring Soviets into Britain, and Jaguar into Britain isn't great. However, he runs double rally in his Heinz. So I expect him to bring Heinz first. And then if he brings one of the other two, then it's fine. Honestly. Yep, he brought Heinz first. Okay, game one. Self-damage into Heinz. Keeping Red Dawn for sure. Keeping Yak seems like a really good idea. I don't think I need to keep Engineers. Like, I feel like this game is just going to be about having a massive front line that crushes all of his puny tanks, rather than, like, grinding out a win with healing. Meant to say good day, but... So, looking at his deck, if I play Yak, there's nothing you can do to kill it. Um, that's not true. If I play Yak, and he has... Greif and... Um, combat engineers, he can kill it. That seems very unlikely. The reason I'm pausing is I'm looking up his deck list to make sure that that is correct. That's the only way he has to kill it. Yeah, I guess Greif and dive bombing would kill it as well. What does he have? Combat engineers, move up. Combat engineers, move up, pull beef. Ooh. I could just slam a 34th this turn. I feel like it's actually better to try to keep this Yak alive. 22nd means I could take the front line if I wanted. Seems pretty good. Wait, so I can sickle this, trade here, move up. Nah, so I don't have enough credits. I am 1 credit off of being able to play that as well. I mean, unless I didn't want to take the front line, but I do. I can play that, however. Okay, he has no Parasies, he has no sudden strikes. Pursuit can't send back the 4/6. So it's really just the Yegg Bomber that can deal with that, which is why I'm gonna trade. He also doesn't run Flame Panzers, which means, and no Rootouts, which means I can scout your party next turn. Probably gonna hold back the Red Dawn. I think it's this turn is basically just Yegg Bomber or bust for him. Keep track of what has been played. Pursuit does not let him get through. Does not return it to hand. Did he think my support line was full, maybe? Because that play seems bad. Okay, so I just retake. Leaning towards just killing the tank and hitting face for 5. Because he only runs 1 pursuit, I believe. Yeah, he only runs 1 pursuit, so it's still Yegg or bust. There's the Greif, there's the Panzer F. How does Heinz have this every time? Like, I don't understand. I just never have success with Heinz, and it's because I don't have Greif Panzer F in, like, my starting hand every single game. I mean, he's still gonna lose, because my hand was really good. So that Panzer F should probably go. Guess I can do this, see if the last card is Enigma. It is not Enigma. That sucks for him. Let's go this way. So this game's basically over. I'm not sure why he would play the 22nd first there. The attack buff is not permanent. I'm assuming he's just surrendering. Yeah. Okay, 1-0. Off to a pretty good start. Thanatron. I think I just bring Brits next. Because, like, if he brings Heinz again, and he beats me, oh well. If he brings Heinz again and I win, I'm in a very good spot. And if he doesn't bring Heinz again, then... Like, I feel like he might switch to Soviets to try to target Jaguar. So I'm going to bring Britain. And even with double rally, it's not like a guaranteed beating Britain, Japan. Let's see what he brings. It's not Heinz again. Please tell me it's Soviets, Japan. This is also fine too. Ooh, if I do this and then mulligan into an Observer Core, that's insane. However, if I get an Observer Core, I'm probably just doing Daylight Bombing anyways, because it's Jaguar. This hand's okay. Does it pull beef? No beef. Right, he doesn't run beefs. I think I play Supply Shortage next turn no matter what. Ooh. Or maybe not. Well, that sucks. It's a pretty good draw. Combat 35T. Hopefully he doesn't have the third 35T. Okay, that's fine. Here comes the supply. Do I play out Wellington to hit face? There's no card in his deck that can kill it next turn. He can just pin it, and that's fine. I feel like with double Blitz Bomber in hand, that maybe there's a slight possibility I just win through burn. That's annoying. Maybe he goes for a bombing raid. Please go for a bombing raid. That's a one drop. Please go for a desperate. Please don't play like cavalry third 35T. Oh, come on, dude. This is ridiculous. I mean, this critical doesn't do a whole lot against this deck, so I might as well play it with the supply, and I have to play supply. This is a loss. Because I need draw, but then I also need heal, and the heal is usually contingent on having draw. Maybe he plays like an order this turn, and then it draws me honey, and then I also draw like, oh, please don't do that. Commonwealth. Triple 35T, dude. Come on. Okay. Maybe if we can get like a fortification. Could also Lancaster hit it. Well, Lancaster hit it's better than Monty Pass. He has two Warbles, third Shinhodo, and Desperate, which can kill me. Rado into Desperate. Rado into Desperate. Okay. Means he's probably bringing Germany game 2. Or game 3, I should say. He's gonna expect me to bring Brits twice in a row, I would suspect, which means I'm going to bring Jagro. Even if he like counterpicks me with the Soviets. I'm a little worried at this point in the set that Jagro might struggle to win. I think Jagro into Jagro was probably my best bet. Okay, so I did bring Heinz again. I got that read at least. Now Jagro into Heinz is really based on who can get going first. I'm gonna keep this. Okay, what does he mulligan? Okay. It's not a great opening hand. If I draw another Blitz one drop, like if I draw second cavalry, this is pretty good. Or maybe if I draw a 35T. Well, um, this sucks. Greif, dive bombing. Oh my goodness, dude. You win some and you get high rolled some. Oh, that's a very good draw, actually. But, I mean, he has Greif on the board if he has any Blitz tank. This is one dive bombing, one Greif. Top deck Blitz tank, he has two. Come on, dude. Why would he trade? What? Oh. It's 1 in 3 to get desperate. I don't think, pardon the pun, I don't think I'm that desperate for desperate. Does he have, like a fourth 1K tank? Move up. He's gonna blitzkrieg me? Okay. Trade? Okay, I have no idea why he's playing this the way that he is currently playing it. I'm gonna be completely honest. Honestly, like, dive bombing that isn't even the wrong play. Or not dive bombing ready that isn't necessarily even the wrong play. But I do think I want to get slightly more value. That doesn't have blitz, that doesn't have blitz, he played them incorrectly. Okay, things are looking up. Yeah, I'm just like almost in the lead at this point. Even if he has Comet, I don't think he can Comet me fast enough. By almost in the lead, I mean I'm just fully in the lead at this point. Greyhound, Pursuit, Beef, Trade. Okay. That sucks. What would I rather have? 22nd. Probably the 22nd. We can do it. Please don't have a 1K Blitz tank. Come on, dude. Chill. That's a good draw. I'm gonna lose the pin on that. Warble. It's pretty good. No more beefs. That's really good because it means if he has the Comet. Yeah, I feel like I don't need to play the Akita. Okay, I think this is a win. Panzer F. Let's get this down. I think just trading is better. T number 2 into second pants. Like, Heinz just like gets the most insane hands ever. Am I not wrong? Like, that's his Like the fact that he's like not dead yet isn't. I mean, is dead, but should have drawn first, but it does not matter. Like, how do they always have this? Like, he's halfway through his deck. He had Greif, double Panzer F. Nikita kills it. He's already played his one pursuit. Which means he can't get rid of key. Enigma doesn't draw. And that is good game. We are up 2-1. I cannot believe I won that game. Based off, like, the first, like, 3 turns. Okay, now we just have Brits to win with. I have over an 86% win rate with this deck on ladder. Let's see how well it works. Self-damage with triple combined, or combined arms, counter-offensive, and double rally Heinz. These are certainly decks intended to beat my deck. Bring Soviets first. Okay. Hopefully I can just, like, get a... Well, not this hand. I was gonna say, hopefully I can just get, like, an insane credit denial start to just, like, put the nail in the coffin of this set right away. Mulligan's 2. He only has 3 red dons in the deck. He mulliganed 2 cards. So he kept the outer 2. Pass on 1. I think I'm gonna pass on 2. Like, his deck is somewhat slow out of the gate. It requires a lot of playing things on my units to do stuff. And I have combo in hand. I have Southern Plan. I don't need to rush. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's hard to say no to a turn 3 setting. Is he going for a combined arms? No. Not combined arms, a counter offensive, which he's not going for. Um, could just do Ultra Honey. This might seem like a weird play, but I really want to keep the combo in hand, and he's not going to commit more to the board if I pass. And this way he's like, going to toss out a red dawn or something into the honey. So the honey still gets a draw because Ultra triggers first. And if he just trades, and you might have to trade after throwing the red dawn into it, then next turn I have Crusader, supply shortage. And this way it actually works out even better because I get the supply shortage take on the 6/6. So this is happening for sure. Observer Core, do I want it on the Black Watch or do I want it on the Lend-Lease? Probably on the Black Watch. Okay. There's the red Dawn. Not going for the damage. Kills that. I can do Black Watch critical. Hunting would be a good draw here. There's the critical damage. Black Watch. $3K Sickle. She still has 5 cards in hand, which will potentially hit. Scouting. Hmm. This is very interesting. I want to keep this Black Watch alive as long as possible to stop any, like, Shinhodo counteroffensive shenanigans. Do I just hold Ultra? Like, he has very little to hit this Black Watch at the moment. Um, and he's probably just gonna, like, slam the most expensive order in his hand, like probably a Winter Warfare. I'm probably gonna have better Ultras, I think. Okay. Monty End Research is what that says to me is there's a very good possibility he floods the support line, and then I can do like Monty move up. Okay, well, moved up both of those guys first thing. SU. It's also I have both Blitz guys in hand and can go for a synthetic rubber. It's possible I just burn them out. Um, I could drop him to 9, actually. Start with Monty. Add from the people to hand. Okay, so if I add synthetic rubber in hand, it sets up lethal. Pretty simple. Um, if I play this, it's 1, 3, 8. I can get the fortification off if I play Pioneer. I do not believe there's a way I die to counteroffensive because I do have the Black Watch in hand. Maybe if he has like, um, please don't do this to me. I'm connected to the internet. Oh, if I lose this game to this, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, as long as my turn went through. If my turn didn't go through, I'm probably just dead. But as long as my turn went through. My turn did not go through. Oh my god, dude. Okay, well, I'm not technically dead. I can't play Pioneer. So that's fun. I guess just I can't play anything. Great. Okay, well, thanks, game. 2-2, I guess. That's fun. Well, gonna pause the video while this gets sorted out. By the rules of the game, it's just continue on, but, yeah, we'll see. Well, counts as a loss. I mean, it sucks, but them's the rules. They apply to everybody. Um, Going into game 5, double rally Hines versus credit denial. This is gonna be fun. Also, I did realize that it wasn't guaranteed lethal. Lancaster plus synthetics 8, he was at 9. Uh, Turns out I can't count. However, um, he did play. Ooh, he did play. Why am I like having such a trouble speaking? Winter Warfare. So obviously, if I'd gone for synthetic, it was possible he wouldn't have played Winter Warfare. But had he still played Winter Warfare, I would have won. I suppose we will never know what truly would have happened. If he attacks, I think that's like really good for us. I was too busy complaining about the last game to actually see what he mulligan, uh, which is not good. This is honey. This Pioneer he can't kill, so turn 1 Pioneers the nuts. And then Southern Plan is probably my turn 3, regardless of what he does. Like I don't think there's anything he could do that would make me not. I mean, if he trades and I draw like a, he does not trade. Interesting. That sucks. Double? Oh, no, okay. You traded. I thought you went double face for a second, and was very confused. Um, Hopefully I can find another credit denial. If I play Convoy first, like obviously next turn I could do Crusader Convoy for the extra draw. If I Convoy first, it would let me play credit denial. Or I could just Sexton. That seems pretty good. I think I'd rather Sexton here. Um, yeah, guess I hit. Interesting. Um, Seems like a. I could just start going for a research. Doesn't feel great. Like, I want to attack with the Sexton for sure this turn. He needs a pop-off turn around now. Yegg, that's not going to make me mill. A Yegg Crusader. It's kind of odd. So obviously he can rally to get out of this. Feels like a decent redeployment turn. Although fortification might just be better. Like, because this leaves redeployment. What if I just like go for Commonwealth next turn? Actually, because a rally here would still like it would presumably kill units with a rally. Why would you be first? We can do it. Really strange play to me. I kind of want to get rid of all of these units. So if I do 3, 4, 5. So I don't really have 3, 4, 9. Panzer E. Greyhound 3. Hit Blackwatch. Could make a 7/7 Sexton. Doesn't seem bad. 7/7 Sexton hit the face. And then I have a credit left over to supply. Don't have to do that. Do supply critical. No, but that doesn't go away until next turn. Crap. Okay. Definitely not happy with how that turn turned out. Hopefully I didn't just throw. So another Panzer E. This one's able to be killed. Top deck beef. So Yegg dies in a turn. I think it's probably time to get a Wellington out. I'll start with Convoy. So this happens for sure. This happens for sure. I could Daylight the Panzer E. Like, this is his max health total, right? So, if I can deal with this. Problem is, this is like my last burn, so if I kill that, and then he somehow, like, pops off, um, probably want to discount Lancaster. .38T, 38T. So I can kill one of those. Um, I can just deal the damage face. Feels like it might be my best play. I get the damage in with Sexton now. And then, like, even just clog the front line, right? It's just throwing. If he has Pursuit on Sexton, and then also Panzer F, then he doesn't have enough credits to do. If he has, like, Blitz Tank, Pursuit on Sexton, no, because then he can only Blitzkrieg on 2 units, which would be 9, which means I still win with Fortification Commonwealth. And those are his only 2 we can do it. So I think this means I've won. Oh my goodness, I almost threw this so hard and then the disconnect. Holy crap. This was not my greatest set ever. I think it is fair to say. And that is Commonwealth. Okay. Top 4. My goodness. That last one was so much more stressful than it needed to be. But yeah, we all make mistakes. Thanatron played that set quite well, I thought. Um, we certainly both made mistakes, and let's take a look at the standings. We were the last one to finish, which means I will be playing TB tomorrow from Barcelona, actually. I am about to go back to Canada, so I will be streaming, hopefully September 1st, back in Canada. Check out the stream, link in the description. But before then, you will be seeing me play tomorrow, Sunday, the 28th of August, in the first round against TB, and then Dion Vinny in the following round. Wow, Dion came back. He was down 2-1 to Corn Guy. Came back, won 2 in a row, and then beat Birdo. And Dion only qualified because of Tang Tang getting banned. Like, he was 9th. He deserved to qualify. He kind of got shafted on the tiebreakers, but he is showing a comeback. We haven't seen Dion in the top of a tournament in a long time. And what a performance. Dion, Vinny, TB, myself. Very interesting. See you all. Well, actually, before I do that, I will take a quick look at the decks of the Final Four, I suppose. I'm not going to say what I will ban, probably, because I would like to upload this today. But I will take a look at what people have. TB has Fiend Retreat Jagro. Looks pretty standard. He has Soviet OTK. Um, that looks hilarious. It's Eagle Day OTK. What's the plane you're using? Um, What is the plane? Ziz? I'm so confused. Um, I'll have to take a look at that. Then you have Britain, France, Resistance, very similar to Thanatron's. Um, actually might be identical to Thanatron's. And then you have a German-Britain combined arms deck called Out of Date. Okay, so TB's lineup is looking very strong. You have Vinny on the other side of the bracket with Soviet Japan self damage, Britain Japan credit denial, German Soviet control. I mean, looks just like a weird control deck, but maybe there's an OTK in there. I kind of doubt it. It looks like it's just like the jankiest control ever with like almost exclusively one-ofs. I'm very confused. And then US Italy Mare Nostrum ramp. That is very interesting. And then Dion, what does Dion have? Dion has Soviet Japan self damage. Um, kind of a weird version. Feigned Retreat Jaguar, Britain Credit Denial, and German Britain Handlock. So no super weird decks from Dion this time around. Um, with all of those in consideration, I kind of think that TB probably has the best chance of winning this tournament. Let's try to predict the outcome. I'm gonna say, ooh, I don't know. I don't know though. Dion fourth, myself third, Vinny second, TB first. Let's go with that. Let's find out tomorrow though. Thanks you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Which actually, the next video is probably going to be me live streaming on September 1st, so check it out.